This is a Star News Brief. I'm Samuel Otieno. A new report has poked holes in the efficiency of the government's programs and billions pumped into the initiatives to curb maternal and neonatal deaths. The report by Auditor General Nancy Gathongo comes in the wake of a fresh launch of the universal healthcare coverage by President William Ruto. The performance report on the provision of maternal and neonatal healthcare has revealed how neonatal and maternal deaths have remained high in the last 5 years despite state interventions. Ruto relaunched UHC that among others seek to reduce the maternal and child deaths. Get a copy of The Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 40 shillings through www.mgazzetti.com. A new proposed change to the Criminal Procedure Code could open wide the door to transgenderism in the country by broadening the definition of intersex amid a sustained agitation for wider inclusion. Intersex is a person born with both male and female genitalia, whereas a transgender is one who is transiting from one gender to another through hormonal therapy. The Criminal Procedure Code Amendment Bill 2023 widens the definition of intersex to spring from a certification by a trained health professional must take into account the gonadal, chromosomal and hormonal dynamics in the whole equation of sex determination. Widow of slain Pakistani journalist has petitioned the High Court in Kajiado seeking to have the state ordered to preserve all evidence and reports collected in relation to the killing of Arshad Sharif. Together with Kenya Union of Journalists and Kenya Correspondents Association, she wants the court to issue an order compelling the Attorney General, Director of Public Prosecutions, Inspector General of Police, Independent Policing Oversight Authority and the National Police Service Commission, who are the respondents, to supply her with copies of all documents, files, reports, letters or evidence, including but not related to films, photographs and videotapes in their custody relating to the shooting in question. The National Dialogue Committee charged with midwifing talks between President William Ruto and Azimio leader Raila Odinga have retreated to Nakuru for a week-long negotiation on the sticky issues. The committee, co-chaired by National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, will this week strike a deal believed will kill the country's electoral-related chaos. Kalonzo on Monday appealed for good faith during the negotiation period that should culminate into a final report of the committee. JMM pretended to be thirsty and went to the house of a relative asking for water, where he found VA, a 3-year-old girl, in the living room. He dragged her out of the house to a nearby thicket and sodomized her in broad daylight on September 12, 2010. She was rescued by her young aunt who was walking from school and who heard VA scream from the thicket. The aunt approached the place and saw JMM take off in a run. JMM was apprehended and prosecuted for defilement in a magistrate's court and found guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison in early 2011. Get a copy of The Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 40 shillings through www.mgazzetti.com.